thought, there's no way. I thought, there's no way husband and wife can both have cancer. How is that possible?
With my, previous job, I would have to give presentations and stuff like that. And I would get ready for my presentations and I couldn't remember how to type. And I would read everything backwards, and so everything was kind of different. And so we did this routine MRI that we thought, and they found a huge mass on my brain.
With his cancer diagnosis, I kind of remember asking my parents whether or not I would get it, because I knew it was some sort of sickness, and I was just kind of scared that I would get it.
Drew was always by my side, especially in the beginning. He was glued to me, especially when I was going out. I was in the hospital for like a month, and Drew would just want to be by my side all the time. And Maddie, on the other hand, she wanted to be away from it. I think cancer kind of scared her.
I feel like it scared me right away because my grandma did die from cancer, so it was always pretty scary. It's definitely been more scary as the older I've gotten, just because I realize how serious it is.
So when it came down to Jenny having it, because she's always taken care of me, all through this kind of stuff. And now that when Jenny had it, at first I was like, wow. I'm like, so we're both going to be going through this?
When I did my mammogram and then the ultrasound, I got called back for a repeat mammogram. And then I was in there for a really long time. And she said, I'm gonna go get the doctor. And I thought, this isn't gonna be good. And the doctor came in and he's like, well, we're definitely seeing something and there is a concern that this is cancer. And then I didn't hear anything else. The moment of being diagnosed with breast cancer was the scariest moment of my life. I already know cancer in my life because my husband, Darren, has brain cancer. So we've already dealt with cancer in our lives for many years. And I am the strong one. I'm the one that's taking care of the family. And then when I was diagnosed, I felt like just life stopped for a minute. It was literally the scariest moment I've ever had. And just hearing that word cancer, you think your life is over.
In the beginning, they gave me like 18 months to live. That was a prognosis, and it was a grade 4. Like immediately it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do, with the kids? That was the first thing that I hit. I was diagnosed 12 years ago, 13 years ago now. And so I've had 3 brain surgeries. The cancer is very stratified so that you can't get it all out. And so what we do is I get MRIs probably every 2 to 3 months.
So I was dealing with an invasive ductal carcinoma. So that means that the hormones, I have a lot of estrogen, too much estrogen in my body, that they wanted to have surgery and then radiation, and I'm on hormone blocking meds. Forced me into menopause and on hormone blocking meds. And Darren was so supportive. So he's dealt with cancer for so many years, and it's interesting because we are both very different in how we handle this. When I was first diagnosed, I needed to see other women getting through this in a really positive way. So I'm like, I need to be that light for other women who are going through this. I want to give them hope that they can get through this. I found out about Be Brave. Somebody told me, a friend on Facebook, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I looked into it, and I was so excited. I knew this was going to be the best one because it's local research for Van Andel Institute. And here I am. I research the little things, like what can I do as far as nutrition and fitness and health? But I know that Van Andel Institute researches the big things. They have the scientists, and they do the things that are so important for us to one day have cancer not be such a scary word. We look at each day as a gift, and I know my kids do that too. And again, it takes work. All of this takes work getting to this place where you don't sit in the fear of a diagnosis, because there is a lot of fear.
Hope is everything, especially when you're at your lowest moments in your life. It's so important.
I think wishful thinking, to me at least, is often more for yourself, but I think hope is for the people around you.
For me, hope is that it's just not about me and my disease or Jen's disease. Hope is like kind of for our whole community.
Hope is everything. I mean, what are you going to do without hope? Hope is knowing that you're going to be here, that there's a future there for you, that you're going to wake up the next day, that hope is everything. Without hope, what do you have?